Juventus were the third best team in FIFA 18, but they've fallen down to number 15 in FIFA 23. So today we're gonna rebuild Juventus and make them the #1 team in Europe by winning the Champions League. And I'm gonna hire ChatGPT to be the new owner of Juventus and give us some genius AI insights on how we can turn this club around. So first, we're gonna have to fix the club's financial situation, which is a really good idea because right now, we barely even have enough transfer budget to sign anyone. So now it's time to figure out how we can increase our budget. ChatGPT says we need some new sponsorship deals. So we get to it. Gucci is gonna be our new kit manufacturer, Ferrari to replace Jeep to be the kit sponsor, and then Apple on the sleeves to bring in even more money. And this is the new budget we have, but we're not done. The AI also suggests we sell some of our aging players and replace them with younger talent. Bonucci, Quadrado, Alexandro, and Angel Di Maria are all gonna be shown the door. That's a lot of experienced players leaving. And now, who are we gonna replace them with? First up, we got right back Jeremy Frimpong. This kid could be absolute world class. And Alessandro Bastoni, who's gonna make a great long-term replacement for both Chiellini and Bonucci, who are now gone from Juventus. So taking a look at our Champions League group, this is a group we definitely should at least be qualifying from. And up first, we have the toughest team, PSG. It's a really bright start. This kid, Vlahovic, is unreal. Look at the composure to finish. However, as the game remains very close, late on, it is a goal from PSG that sees us sink down to a defeat in our first game. And honestly, this team needs a lot of work. We're not even the best team in Serie A right now, let alone in Europe. I think so far our only world-class player has been Vlahovic. He's up to 85 overall. But a player that I want to get the best out of is Paul Pogba. He's only had a few goal contributions, so we are going to play Pogba as an attacking midfielder rather than deeper. And now, we only have one game left in our group, and we need a win to progress. And on a personal level for Pogba, it's a great performance. He sets up an assist for Kostic, who blasts it home for our first. And then later in the game, Pogba with the lung-bursting sprint out of midfield to score a second. But unfortunately for us, it's not going to matter a whole lot. Benfica also scored twice, and a draw means our Champions League run is over. We've fallen out of the top 16 teams in Europe. So it's clear, our defense is the problem. We conceded the most goals in our group, so it is time for new signings in January. And I'm going to sign Edmund Tapsoba to join the team as our newest defender. And now we have 3 world-class center backs under 25 who fit the club's new philosophy. And although Champions League is over this season, we still have the Coppa Italia final to prove that our new defense can bring this team to the next level. So Inter Milan with a ton of pressure early in this game, and we come up against Romelu Lukaku, who pretty much single-handedly ruined our Chelsea rebuild. But with this defense, not gonna happen again. Nasty challenge from Bastoni takes him out of the equation. Sometimes you gotta play a little dirty to have a great defense. Now Paul Pogba with that vision to find Jeremy Frimpong, our first signing of this career. Lovely ball over, Vlahovic puts it down, and Chiesa finishes. The only goal of the game, and Juventus win our first piece of silverware. Champions League wasn't great, but this bodes really well for building a winning mentality at the club. We finished in 4th, we will be in the Champions League again, so we're on to Season 2 and huge changes to the team. We have Zakaria, Rovella, and Arthur all back from loan. The only position I think we need a signing in is striker, because we lost Milik and Keane last season. So we are going to sign Jonathan David to come in and give us depth up top. And hopefully we can keep our stars. Vlahovic is getting attention from big clubs, but we convince him to stay. However, it seems like he is a Real Madrid fan in real life, so if an offer were to come in from the Spanish Giants, we might lose our star player. But no worries, he stays. This is our Champions League group now, and this team is starting to grow in confidence. Taking a look at results, the defense is looking good, and Paul Pogba starts to look like his old self. We actually finish up the group stage in first place, and most importantly, we have the best defense in the group. And as we're back into the top 16 teams in Europe, we're headed in the right direction. So now we've got Atletico Madrid in the round of 16. It's our first test in the knockout stages. And to start, Vlahovic is dominant. It is clear. This guy is now one of the best strikers in the world. But my God, somehow, Atletico have purchased Romelu Lukaku. How do we face this guy a million times in every rebuild? But again, unlike the Chelsea video, the defense keeps him on lock. No goals for you this time, Romelu. We're going to the quarterfinals, and that means we are now one of the top 8 teams in Europe. And next up, we have Real Madrid. This will be a fascinating time for Vlahovic against his childhood favorite club. He's been great, but so has Paul Pogba, and so has Jonathan David. He's in double digits, and although he's been a sub a lot of this season, he is making real progress towards becoming a starter for this team. And as we get to the game against Real Madrid, for the first time in a long time, our defense actually is penetrated pretty well. Real Madrid score 1 goal in the first leg, and then in the second leg, they score the opening goal again. Will this be the end to this little fairy tale run we've had going on this season? Well, not without a fight. Jeremy Frimpong down the wing, looking to put a ball in. He's got so much pace. And then Chiesa with the overhead bicycle kick to pull one back. All we need is one more goal here. Pogba with a little nutmeg. A foul doesn't matter. Kostic finishes, and we draw level 2-2. And this one, guys, is going to extra time. In the 94th minute, some clever build-up play from Juventus in the back creates this opportunity. Paul Pogba, oh my god, what a ball. And Kostic is free, and he finishes. Juventus are going through to the semifinals. Unbelievable there from Pogba. And we are going to take on Liverpool up next. We are into the top 4 teams in Europe right now, and we are getting really close to reaching our goal of number 1. But Liverpool have something to say about that. The exact style we struggle to play against is that speed off of the counterattack. 1 goal conceded, and then 17 minutes into the game, the second. And this time, unlike against Real Madrid, we are unable to pull out an equalizer, let alone a game winner. It's heartbreaking, but we bow out as the 3rd best team in Europe. We're gonna have to give it another go, but check this out, guys. 1 game left in Serie A. If we win this, we win the title. This would be a great way to wrap up the season with all of these young stars learning what it means to be winners. This could be pivotal in helping us win the Champions League for good next season. And check this out. Paul Pogba has been on a rampage. Brilliant piece of skill, and the finish to match it. Man, the team has started to step up and is looking like one of the best teams in the world, deservedly 3rd place. But that's just in Europe. In Italy, we are now the number 1 team. And the captain Bastoni is making a real claim towards being the rightful heir to some of those legendary center backs Juventus have had over the years. Take a look at this squad, guys. We're building something special. And we just don't want to lose any players here in the summer. Some huge offers are coming in for our players, and we managed to keep a hold of all of them. That is, until the offer finally comes in. Real Madrid want Vlahovic, and at 91 overall, he's now the best striker in the world, and unfortunately, he wants out. I'll be honest, guys, this hurts, and our chances at winning the Champions League this season have probably just taken a big hit. But maybe instead of having 1 star player, this will bring the rest of the team together. The only signing we're going to make is actually for depth. So I'm going to sign up Roberto Firmino. He'd be a great option off the bench. I think we're ready to make another push for the Champions League. And let's just get straight down to business. We won our group, took down Dortmund, and up next, we have Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. This time, however, we are not leaving it until late. The team, if anything, has actually been better this season with the departure of Vlahovic, and it's a great thing. He doesn't score against us, and we sneak by on aggregate 4-3. And now we find ourselves back in the semifinals against Ajax, who've been great in this career mode, but not the hardest opposition we could have hoped for. But it's a very tense game. It comes down to penalties in the second leg, and then a disaster class from Ajax. 3 misses in a row enables Ravella to put in the winning penalty. And just like that, guys, we are going to the Champions League final. So it's going to be AC Milan in the final of the Champions League. This is our chance to be the number 1 team in Europe. We absolutely must be delivering with a squad like this. It's all on the line. Let's get to it. This entire rebuild now comes down to 1 game, AC Milan versus Juventus. It is our domestic rivals, and AC Milan have built a great side in this career. Thankfully, our really strong defense remains firm through the beginnings of this game, but AC Milan throwing everything they have in our direction. But we definitely have goal threats of our own. Chiesa, nice cut inside. Jonathan David, this is his chance, saved! Oh my lord! It hasn't been his night here. Jonathan David, a few chances, no goals, and we go in to the second half, still scoreless. It's a stalemate between these 2 teams. And you get the feeling that any goal might just settle things here. Brahim looking to play it in behind. Lovely defending. There's a reason Bastoni is now 90 rated. He's grown so much in this career. Probably the best center back in the world, and thank God we signed him when we did. Pogba with the shot. Oh my God, off the post. And Frimpong off of the follow-up. It's in the back of the net. Our first signing of the career could prove to be the most important with that goal, but the game is not over. 35 minutes left. And AC Milan are desperately looking for a goal of their own. Can we keep them at bay for the remainder of this one? Only about 10 minutes remaining here. Frimpong plays it through. Rovella, the loanee who came back to play an important role in this team, dink over the goalkeeper in the back of the net, and that seals the deal. Juventus are now the #1 team in Europe. It took some time, but with a little help from ChatGPT, we transformed this team. Drop a comment, let me know what team you'd like to see us do next, and thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.